Hi everyone, this is Debbie from Project 39 Mini Albums, and I am here to show you a mini album I made with this fabulous paper collection called Love Letters. This collection is available at Country Craft Creations, and it is a Valentine's Day theme, but it worked fabulously to make a heritage mini album in tribute to my mom. I also used the artisan cardstock in natural color. I used almost all 25 sheets to a pack. I think I have 3 left, and I do have several sheets left over from the Love Letters collection. I did do a walkthrough of this, so I'll put a link in the description box. This mini album, it's not quite so mini, it's 8.5 by 6.5, and it has just about a little over actually a 3-inch spine. To decorate the cover, so we have the linen ivory cardstock, natural, and then some pink paper from the collection, more of the natural, and then more paper from the collection that I used a corner punch for. And then I layered several different scraps really left over, and then popped up a photocopy. I photocopied my mom's picture onto some heavyweight cardstock and popped it up a little. There's a little bit of a piece of watercolor paper because my mom was an artist. I also put flowers because she loved flowers. I put a key because she was a manager of a large venue and always carried lots of keys. These were metal embellishments that I believe were from Tim Holtz from a while ago. I had these sort of typewriter key embellishments, and I happen to have enough to spell out her name. Those I've had in my stash forever, but she also was a secretary for a while. This was done with a die I've had in my stash, and the flowers were Prima flowers that I purchased from Country Craft Creations. These ones in particular aren't available, but they do have some lovely flowers in the shop. There's also little bits of lace, and there's some buttons and some strings, and a lot of that came from my stash, but I tucked that in because of my mom's generation. You know, there always was containers of buttons and string and drawers and little bits of lace, so I just thought that was sort of a nod to her way that she saved everything. Her mom and her grandma. Her mom and her mom, my grandma. So let me take you inside. I had this photograph when she was small. Her brother ripped it up, and so it's not been in good shape. I just took a photocopy of it and put it here. At some point I'll see if I can get that photograph professionally repaired. But anyhow, I made just a little sleeve and used some acetate to cover it, so once I get the actual photograph it'll be preserved in there. I used some lace that was from her stash, and this is closed with a magnet closure, and that opens up to show you pictures of the house she grew up in. Now, a lot of these flaps and folds were made specifically for the size of photos that I had. So if you have old photos, adjust the flaps so then your pictures can fit on there. I also had a typed genealogy. It's written in Italian, so I couldn't tell you what it says, unfortunately, but it tells you all about when the family, where they came from, what they were named, how many cousins and nephews there were. And again, I can't read it, but here it says, Da mia madre erano Margherita, Giuseppina, Giovanna. So I'm thinking that she had 3 girls, is what it said. Something happened in 1904. I can't tell you what it all says. This is my great-grandfather. When he came to America, he had a couple of jobs, but one of them was working on a farm, and that's him feeding the chickens. So this is a photocopy of the photo that I just put on some cardstock, and I cut out some of the beautiful flowers that was on this page just so I can use this to tuck the photo. The original photo also had some damage, so I don't have that in the book. And now this will close like that, and the magnet will hold that together. Now these are all top loading pocket pages, but I did not use them because I have enough room in the book. However, if I do find I get more photos, I can add photo mats and add more photos in the pages. This page I have side loading pockets, and I took some of the tags that were in the collection so I can add more photos. I put in a little photo mat too. Add more photos and document. And then this is a family history. It was written on 8 by 11 paper that I just reduced in my photocopier and just made sort of a little booklet of that. Now this page, I did not embellish this because I've got photos I know are coming, so I want to wait till I get the photos to embellish it. So this will come up like that, and this was some My Colors Glimmer cardstock in the silver. I don't know the exact color, but I'll put the link in the description box. Look at those beautiful flowers up at the top. And I had gotten some lace a while ago from Country Craft Creations. It's not in the shop now, but there is other lace available. So this will open like that, more of that glimmer silver cardstock, and that will open like that. So here is more of the lace, and I know I have a photo that's going to go right in there. And again, I don't know the size of the picture I'm going to put here, but I know I'm going to mat it. Until I get that, I'm not going to do anything with this. I left some room down here so I could journal as well. So that'll close, and then this, and that's held down with a magnet. So in the tutorial, I have you cut a 4x6 piece of cardstock as well as a 4x4. I guess I could go either way. But I was going to put a photo here or a design here, but I ended up not doing that, but I still have this. And if you do that, you would put some paper on, mat the paper, and put the magnet down here. So I did not do that for this one, but I do have magnets here. I just kept it a little more simple after I started doing the matting of it. I loved this paper, and I really didn't want to cover it with anything. I did put a little tad of ribbon here, seam binding, from Country Craft Creations in the pink, just so you know that that opens. So that'll open like that. And there's a picture of Mom from way back when. And then these were part of one of the pages that I just fussy cut, backed on some of the natural cardstock, and just put some baker's twine I had in my stash that was pink and white. I just wrote down her name and the age and added a couple of brads just to, because this paper has some darker colors, or the photo has darker colors, and I just wanted to add the brad just to sort of pull it all together. This goes down like that, and that goes like that. And then this is, this was her favorite aunt. She lived with Aunt Edie, so there were these great photographs, and I do have another larger one coming. So I left that open. I did put some of that seam binding. I had some pink cardstock from my stash that I put on the top, some of this beautiful pink plaid on the bottom, and then again I have the seam binding. I did the same for here. So there is that. That was just keeping it open so it was propped up. So this, I made this little place to put a photo. That's my mom with her brothers and sisters. You can't see my my grandfather in this photo, but he's here. I'll talk about that in a second. But here is, this is a vacation photo. I think they all went to Florida. And then that's just the pictures of everybody going on the family trip. So that's held down with a magnet. So this I just am going to add into here I might find a place in the book, but boy, don't you love that wood grain paper with the roses showing? I just think that's so pretty. Picture of the family around. My grandfather had, and he died in the 50s, so I never met him. He had TB, and he was staying in a hospital, and I think he had come home for one time, and this was a family visit. I wish to say this was a picture of my mom's wedding, but it's not. It's of her brother and sister. They got married on the same day, and it's just a great photo, but once I get my mom's wedding photo, I'll put that there. So this will close like that. And again, I have more room for photographs. I just don't have them yet. So this will open like that. I liked having this wood grain paper and then this darker pink paper. I loved that. But this opens like that. It's held down with a magnet. Room for photos and or journaling. This is a pocket, and there is a photo right there. And then this will open up. So you could put a photo there, but those roses are gorgeous, so I'm going to leave that the way it is. I did back a photo on pink paper and put that there. This is a little more simple. This will open like that, and that opens like that and comes down. So room for some of those smaller photos that you tend to find in heritage albums or in heritage photos. You know, they just were smaller. So this is just 2 pages of pockets. I just, again, know I'm getting some pictures and I don't know the size, so I wanted to leave it open. I can make other little folders such as this that'll just open, and there's a picture of my mom. I think she was in her 30s at the time. So, and these are great. These are one of the pages in the collection that they're just fabulous, and I can add photos to that or journal. What I was thinking of doing is sending it to my kids and having them put a memory of grandma on the back of that. Or next time I see the kids, I'll have them do that. So there is that set of pages. And then the final page has just this. I have another family portrait. I know I'm going to get enlarged to fit on there, so I did not embellish that. I did ink it up pretty heavily because it's a very sepia looking photo, and this paper will be perfect for that. As usual, I always put, or not always, a lot of times put a pocket with a flap at the end of my mini albums. I figure that's a good spot to put all those pictures that you didn't have room for in the album, or memorabilia or whatever you have. I do show you in the tutorial how I make this circle closure, but that'll open like that. This is just from the collection, family photo, and this I think is my mom's graduation picture. And that's the one I photocopied to put on the front. So lots of room to put more photos in here. So let me show you the back cover and the spine. I kept it very simple. I wanted that flat. I love this color paper. There's the spine. Oops, there we go. And you could put a dangle on it, but I kept it plain. I might put mom's name, date of birth, something like that on there. So there we have my memory book of my mom. I do have a tutorial. I'll put the link in the description box, as well as a link of all of the supplies that I can still find on Country Craft Creations. Like I said, these flowers aren't available, but there are others that are. And I hope you will go ahead and like this video if you enjoyed the walkthrough, and look for the tutorial listed in the description box. Thank you so much for watching. Have a fabulous day.